Stay calm in the storm. Storms may roar, but your soul can remain unshaken.
Storms will come, storms of fear, storms of loss, storms of failure. But peace is not the absence of storms. Peace is the ability to remain calm in the middle of them.
When the storm knocks,
Storms never send invitations. They arrive suddenly, a phone call, a diagnosis, a loss, a failure. Life changes in a single moment, and we feel powerless. But here is the truth: the storm is not the end. It is the beginning of a new test of who we are. You can't calm the storm, so stop trying. What you can do is calm yourself. The storm will pass. Timber Hawkeye. When storms knock at our door, our first reaction is often panic. We want to control everything, to stop the chaos. But panic only blinds us. The first lesson is this: storms are not always meant to be controlled. They are meant to be faced. A calm mind does not deny the storm. It simply chooses a different stance. I will not fight the wind. I will anchor myself until it passes. A businessman lost his biggest contract overnight. Employees were nervous, investors were calling, the future seemed dark. He felt the weight of panic rise inside him. But instead of reacting immediately, he did something unusual. He closed his office door, sat quietly for an hour, and simply breathed. After the storm inside him calmed, he began writing a new plan. Within weeks, he had found a new direction for his company. The storm outside is not the greatest danger. The storm inside is. When you learn to calm the inner storm, the outer one loses its power. The storm outside may be loud, but often the loudest storm is within. It is the voice that screams, "You are not safe. You cannot handle this. Everything will fall apart." This voice is panic. And panic blinds us faster than the storm itself. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Panic is not just fear. Fear is natural, it warns us of danger. But panic exaggerates fear into chaos. It creates scenarios that do not exist. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if I cannot survive? In truth, panic is the storm of what-ifs. And if we listen too long, we drown in imagined disasters. A student prepared well for an important exam. You forgot everything. You will fail. Everyone is better than you. His hands shook, his mind went blank. Not because he lacked knowledge, but because panic stole his clarity. Later, when calm, he could answer every question with ease. It wasn't knowledge he lacked, but control over panic. Panic is a liar. It tells stories of disasters that never happened. When you learn to pause, breathe, and separate fear from panic, you begin to see reality as it is, not as your mind distorts it.
the power of breathing.
When panic rises, the body reacts before the mind. The heart races, the hands sweat, the chest tightens. In that moment, the fastest way back to calmness is not thinking it, is breathing. Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. Thich Nhat Hanh. Breath is the anchor of the storm. When you breathe deeply, your heartbeat slows. When your heartbeat slows, your thoughts clear. Breathing is the bridge between the body and the mind. The problem is not that we forget to breathe, but that we forget to breathe consciously. Conscious breathing means taking back control. Instead of panic breathing for you, you breathe for yourself. An Olympic athlete stood at the starting line. Thousands of eyes were watching. His body shook with nerves, his breath short and shallow. Then he remembered his training. Inhale 4 counts, hold 7 counts, exhale 8 counts. With each breath, his heartbeat slowed, his focus sharpened. He ran his best race that day not because fear disappeared, but because breath gave him control. Practice 2 simple breathing techniques for calming storms. Box breathing 4-4-4-4. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Repeat 4 times. For 7-8 breathing, inhale through the nose for 4 counts. Hold the breath for 7 counts. Exhale slowly through the mouth for 8 counts. Repeat 3 to 4 times.
Choosing your response.
Chaos outside does not decide your peace inside. The storm may rage, but between the storm and your heart, there is always a space. A space where you can choose your response. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Viktor Frankl. We often feel trapped by circumstances. The flight is delayed, the project fails, the relationship ends. We tell ourselves, I have no choice. But that is not true. The storm may control events, but you control your attitude. You can choose to complain or to adapt, to panic or to breathe, to curse the rain or to dance in it. This choice is your power. A man was stuck at an airport during a storm. Most passengers shouted, argued, and grew angry. But he opened a book and began to read calmly. When asked why, he smiled. I cannot change the weather, but I can change my attitude. Hours later, the storm passed. The flight resumed. But he had already won. Because he chose peace while others chose chaos. You cannot always control storms, but you can always control your response. And sometimes, the difference between despair and hope is nothing more than the attitude you choose in the middle of chaos.
Finding stillness in noise.
Noise is everywhere. The noise of traffic, of deadlines, of constant notifications. But the loudest noise is not outside. It is the restless voice inside us that never stops. To find peace, we don't need to silence the world. We only need to silence ourselves. In the midst of movement and chaos, keep stillness inside of you. Deepak Chopra. Stillness is not about escaping noise. It is about carrying silence within, no matter where you are. When the world shouts, you can still whisper to yourself, I am here, I am safe, I am enough. Stillness is a practice. You cultivate it with habits. 10 minutes of journaling, 5 minutes of meditation. A slow walk without your phone. These small practices create an inner sanctuary where the storm cannot enter. A single mother of 3 lived in constant noise. Children crying, bills to pay, 2 jobs to juggle. Life was chaos. She began a simple habit. Every night, after putting her children to bed, she sat for 10 minutes with a candle, writing in her journal. Those 10 minutes did not remove the noise of life, but they gave her a well of calmness, from which she could draw strength every day. Silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of peace within. Noise will never disappear, but stillness is always available to those who practice it.
Turning fear into strength.
Fear is not here to destroy you. Fear is here to guide you. Every fear hides a message. It points toward what you value most. If you fear losing it, it must matter deeply to you. Fear is not the enemy. It is only a compass pointing to what matters most. Elizabeth Gilbert. We often fight fear or deny it, but denial only makes fear stronger. The secret is to pause, breathe, and ask fear, what are you trying to tell me? If you fear speaking in public, it means your voice matters. If you fear failing in business, it means your dream matters. If you fear losing someone, it means love matters. Fear is not the wallet, is the signpost. A young woman dreamed of becoming a singer, but every time she stood on stage, fear froze her voice. For years, she avoided singing in public. One day, her mentor said, fear is telling you that music is your path. If it didn't matter, you wouldn't be afraid. She embraced the fear and sang anyway. Her voice shook at first, but with time, fear turned into fuel. She became not only a singer, but an inspiration to others who feared their own dreams. Fear is energy. When embraced, it empowers. Do not run from fear. Walk with it, listen to it, and let it become your strength.
Surrendering control.
Much of our suffering comes not from storms themselves, but from our desperate attempt to control them. We want the rain to stop, the people to change, the world to obey. 123. But peace begins the moment we realize not everything is ours to control. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Reinhold Niebuhr. Control is an illusion. We think we hold the wheel of life, but often we only hold the wheel of our own mind. The rain falls, the market shifts, people come and go. No amount of force can stop these storms. But we can choose where to place our energy. On what we can change, not on what we cannot. To surrender is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the art of saving strength for battles that matter. A young professional worked at a company going through massive changes. Policies shifted daily, managers came and went. And she burned herself out trying to fight every decision. Finally, she learned to ask 2 questions. What is within my control? What is beyond it? She stopped wasting energy on company politics and focused on her own growth, her skills, her integrity. In the end, she found not only peace, but also a promotion because she shined where she had power. Not every storm is meant to be stopped. Some storms are meant to be endured. Peace is not found in control, but in clarity, knowing what is yours and what is not.
Calm is wisdom in action.
In chaos, people often mistake calmness for weakness. But calmness is not passivity. It is clarity in the storm. And clarity is the sharpest strength of all. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. William James. When panic rules, mistakes multiply. But when calmness rules, wisdom emerges. Calmness allows you to see options others overlook. It helps you respond instead of react. It makes you a leader even if you have no title. Because people follow the one who stays steady when all else shakes. Calmness in action is not silence or inaction. It is choosing wisely, not rashly. It is moving with clarity, not with chaos. During a building fire, panic spread like flames. People screamed, pushed, and ran in every direction. Amid the chaos, a firefighter walked steadily, voice calm, yet firm. This way, step by step, follow me. Dozens of lives were saved that day. Not because the fire was small, but because calmness turned into wisdom. And wisdom guided action. Calmness is not doing nothing. It is doing the right thing, at the right time, in the right way. In the storm, calmness is wisdom in motion.
Gifts after the storm.
Every storm leaves damage. But it also leaves gifts. Gifts hidden in the cracks. Waiting for those who look with new eyes. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi. Storms strip away illusions. They take what is shallow and reveal what is real. After pain, you discover resilience you never knew. After loss, you realize the depth of love. After failure, you learn wisdom no school could teach. The gifts of storms are not wrapped in beauty. They come wrapped in scars. But when opened, they reveal treasures, strength, clarity, compassion. A cancer survivor once said, "I would never wish this storm on anyone. But it gave me gifts I would never trade. A deeper love for life, gratitude for every morning, and compassion for others on the same road." The storm took her health for a season, but it gave her wisdom for a lifetime. Storms wound, but they also reveal. Every scar is both a reminder of pain and a doorway to light. The gift is not the storm itself, but the person you become after it.
Patience and hope.
In the middle of a storm, it feels endless. The rain seems eternal, the thunder unending. but no storm lasts forever. What carries us through the darkest nights is not speed or strength, but patience and hope. Every storm runs out of rain. Maya Angelou. Patience is the art of waiting without despair. Hope is the light that says, "Hold on, the sun will return." Together, patience and hope form a bridge, carrying us from chaos to calm, from night to dawn. Without patience, we break. Without hope, we quit. But with both, we endure and we grow.
Spreading calmness.
Calmness is contagious. Just as panic spreads fear, calmness spreads peace. When you remain steady, you give others permission to steady themselves. Be the calm eye in the storm. Dalai Lama. In times of crisis, people look for anchors. They follow the one who remains calm, not the one who shouts the loudest. Spreading calmness does not mean denying reality. It means holding peace so others can borrow it. It means becoming a source of clarity when confusion reigns. A calm leader, a calm parent, a calm friend. These are gifts to a storm-filled world.
Living a peaceful life.
Peace is not the absence of storms. Peace is the decision to carry calmness within, no matter how many storms surround you. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. A peaceful life does not mean an easy life. Storms will always come of change, of loss, of uncertainty. But peace means living with wisdom, knowing what to hold and what to release. Peace means living with courage, facing fear, yet walking forward anyway. Peace means living with compassion, being a lighthouse, not only for yourself, but for others. To live peacefully is to accept storms as teachers, not enemies.
Storms will never end, but neither will your strength. Carry calmness, choose wisdom, walk with compassion, and you will live not stormless, but unshaken.